Hi.
Princess Spike.
I am Matt, and this is my inexplicable carnival toy. It looks like a large penis. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about the new episode. Well, apparently this is happening first, so let's let him get his jollies out. By the way, Brian's off screen here. Brian, you want to come on screen and say hi?
I am Thunderlane!
He thinks he's Thunderlane. Hey, you know, if it's whatever floats your boat, the proverbial boat.
So it seems. Anyway, I don't really have much to say about this one. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, I have a few. I enjoyed it to an extent. Minnesota. Should I do the rest of this in a Minnesota accent?
Hell no.
Don't you know? We have a great new saying from this episode. I'll tell you that for nothing.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of like the Hank Hill, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what?
I'll tell you what.
Did I show you that picture of Bobby of like Rarity's next to him and he says, I like Rarity because she makes pretty dresses. It's a drawing someone did, but we gotta get through this episode.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say about this one. Again, to me, it was a Spike episode.
Yeah.
It just
Kate has played a pretty main role. We haven't seen that in a while. I mean, she wasn't, obviously it was a Spike episode, but she showed up a lot.
Yeah, clearly it was more of a Spike episode, and we got way better Spike episodes than this. I mean, Power Ponies felt more important than this.
That episode. But, yeah, I mean, there was one really funny moment. Put the straw in the apple and eat the candle.
That was just... Okay, here's what you do. Put the straw in the apple and eat the candle.
That should just be like something we say when like something happens and like it's like who cares? Just say, well, you know what? Just put the straw in the apple and eat the candle. Like it should mean it doesn't matter. But you know,
except it did matter.
It did matter there, but
her sleep talk and she was making nonsense. Does something else need to be scheduled? Like she woke up like that was a mantra for her.
Yeah. Well, what can we say? She's a nerd. Nothing. I'm not saying that's bad. Being a nerd. She's definitely a nerd.
Oh, she is a nerd, but she's more. It's not that just being the only factor.
Yeah.
It's more that she's obsessive compulsive.
Most nerds are.
Not really.
Well, I'm not. If you've seen my room, you know that.
We just have an eidetic memory for random things that we like.
Yeah, I mean, I remember lines from shows I saw when I was like 3.
I'm pretty sure you know the year that most Stephen King books were published.
Yeah.
And most albums you listen to.
Yeah. I can name every AFI album in order with the year. But that's not what we're here to do. But
no.
I could.
How about we don't do that? You could save that for a little short history video, which I highly doubt will ever happen, much like the audio show at this point.
That's going to happen. But let's focus on this episode because I know there are things to say. There's not a lot, but there are things to say. Well, we could mention the fact that the character designs are getting a lot more diverse this season.
I know. We've seen a lot more males, actually.
True.
Like, I think this is the most I've seen of male characters actually dominating crowds.
Yeah, and
we had the polo players. That was 3 males to 1 female. Then we had the first random mob to show up at Twilight Story, and that was 4 males to 3 females.
We're a big unruly mob. Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh.
See, that's exactly it. I haven't seen that show since I was like 7, and I remember the entire Recycle song. R-E-C-Y-C-L-E, recycle, C-O-N-S-E-R-V-E, conserve, don't you P-O-L-U-T-E, the oceans, river, sky, or sea, or else you're gonna get what you deserve. I haven't seen that episode since I was 10.
I'm pretty sure Rena also knows that entire song.
I missed that show, but that's not... We should do something with Rocko's Modern Life, because that was a great show, but...
I don't know, I've been, like... I got myself hooked on Steven Universe lately.
Yeah, I've been trying to watch it, but I'm always like doing something else when it's on. Well, yeah, I watch all shows in order.
Like, admittedly, I will admit, I watched out of order, so I just kind of got a general feel for the characters, but then I went back and watched from the very beginning to...
Isn't there like a psychopathic character played by Nicki Minaj?
Sugar Light!
Did I say that wrong? Minaj? It's Minaj, right?
Minaj.
Oh, well, she looks like a monster to begin with.
Oh, they made her character a total monster. She's the fusion between Amethyst and Garnet.
You know what? We should probably do something on that show, but for now we should focus on the show we wrote.
Yeah.
It's hard to really focus on this episode. There wasn't much to say.
But again, It's a Spike episode.
Went mad. I think they
Yeah,
could
you're
have.
tuning into a Spike episode, guys. Expect a broken conversation more than anything.
I think that the episode would have been better if they made him go a lot further, like go completely mad with power, instead of like it was a very simple episode. But face it,
Ooh, I finally get to make decisions.
yeah. And if he had gone mad with power, and there had been like a lot more going on, and I mean the water main, we knew that was going to break.
Okay, what was the chances of all that happening? The croquet mallet hitting the trees, which go into a domino, which hits the water main, which just so happens to shoot straight into the ballroom.
Very low, and that's why I'm saying you can't really be too mad at him for that, because really, what were the chances? Like
Still,
1 in 100 million.
And still, Twilight did want that water main fixed and those trees trimmed.
You know, I really feel I need to bring something up here. All the noise that went on, she didn't wake up once. I don't think he had much to worry about.
I know, right?
She was out like a rock.
By the way, this is something that we were talking about before we started recording. The purpose of the dragon sneeze trees.
I think they're there to drive away dragons. I mean, I know there's flaws,
what if
but
they all breathe, sneeze fire like Spike?
there'd be fires, but they'd run away. It would be better than them being there breathing fire actively.
You think they would still run away?
With their eyes and
I mean,
nose
if they're
burning?
attacking Camelot,
Still.
true, it did show that Spike's eyes were burning due to the exposure to them.
Yeah, I feel like at the end when the one character handed him the bouquet of dragon flowers, I think he did that on purpose.
I know, right?
Because they thought it would
like,
be funny.
come on, really? You know what those things do.
And it was funny.
And that's another addition, is that just, again, it seemed more world building than anything, because we
Yeah.
learned that there's 50 city-states in Equestria.
Mhm.
Then there's, on top of it, Winnie Soda, which we learned about finally.
I'll tell you that for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm using that. I like that.
We got a bit more of an idea of how technology seems to work, at least with plumbing.
And Fluffy Cloud's got some lines.
Yeah, Fluffy Cloud's got some lines, and he got a good voice for himself.
Lee Trokar.
Yeah, like a lot of the male characters, we've been seeing a lot more males coming out of the works now.
Well, I mean, the fan base is pretty big now. And
It is very big. I mean, come on, we had a Lebowski pony last
That was-
episode. What's this word you keep using? Man.
that was perfect. They got his voice right, his attitude right, his face right. If it had been played by Jeff Bridges, I actually would have pooped my pants. But I don't think Jeff Bridges would do that because they would tell him he couldn't say the F word, and he'd probably refuse.
Hence why Jeff Goldblum pony didn't. Not Jeff Goldblum. What's his name? Goldman?
Steve Buscemi,
No.
John Goodman.
Yes.
How do you
John
forget
Goodman.
John Goodman?
I don't know. I just kept
He was in
thinking-
Roseanne.
Yeah, I know. I knew who I was talking about. I just couldn't think of the name.
It's happened to me before.
Yeah, John Goodman pony
I'll never
clearly
forget
didn't have
John
any
Goodman.
lines because of that.
Except for John Goodman's one of my favorite actors, though. If he had been in it, I probably would have pooped twice. And if they got Steve Buscemi, I probably would have vomited. In a good way.
If those three just so happened to actually be bronies, there would probably be a fan animation from them just redoing the lines.
It'd probably just be the animations with, like, can you imagine if, like, it was just
Shut
those
the
three?
fuck up, Donnie!
You're out of your element!
Did you? Again, I have to point out there are cheating marks for those three:
Yeah.
the briefcase, the rug,
The rug.
and two bowling pins.
The rug was by far my favorite, though.
What about just the fact of John Goodman pony had the briefcase?
Yeah. You want a toe?
I
can get you a
didn't have
toe.
any importance outside the bowling league, so
I'll have you a toe inside of the next 15 minutes.
yeah, Donnie didn't have any importance outside of the bowling league.
Yeah.
So of course he only had the 2 pins,
His only point was being yelled at
pretty much.
and saying stupid things.
But this isn't about the Big Lebowski again. It should be about Princess Spike.
If you haven't seen The Big Lebowski, though, watch it. It's a
I've
great
only
film.
seen it once, and it was a what the fuck.
You gotta
should
watch it twice.
again.
You have to watch it twice. But, yeah, this episode, I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but I did enjoy it. It had some great moments. It had some funny lines.
Yeah, it was a fun episode. I mean, it was entertaining, but for the most part, it really didn't leave that much of an impact. It was much like the first time watching The Lost Treasure of Griffinstone.
That and the one that I think we both forgot throughout this whole episode, Trouble Hoops, or whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, what was it called? Appaloosa's Most Wanted.
Most forgettable episode.
Not most forgettable. I mean, Troubleshoes was memorable.
He was.
Memorable.
But the whole episode itself was just kind of dull.
It had a good moral and everything, though.
No wonder it was an AJ episode.
So Spike and AJ episode.
Yeah. I mean, there was only like one or two really good ones with Spike that I thought. Obviously, the Power Ponies episode and...
Power Ponies, again, we're comic fans.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at least a fan of DC and Marvel animated.
I really...
Marvel movie as well. I did actually see Age of Ultron, and that was pretty fun. I do need to make a trip out there to see Jurassic World.
The Age of Ultron is 40. But, we really have to get back on track here. It's really hard to stay on track. This episode was so forgettable.
This episode was having a hard time staying on track.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I think we probably would have enjoyed it more if it was like 2 episodes later, because we're just coming off of episode 100, which was brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't know. I guess we needed kind of a really low point to go on.
Well, every season has had its forgettable episodes, let's face it. And
yeah,
this one has had, by volume, fewer than the previous
the
seasons.
I mean, the first season
was almost all forgettable, to be honest.
Except for, like, Best Night Ever, the pilot, Ticketmaster,
Yeah.
Feeling Pinky Keen.
Well, of course. Pinky episode.
Yeah, those are all I could remember off the top of my head from Season 1. Season 2, we had, like, of course, we all remember Discord.
Mm-hmm.
It
seems like...
I don't remember much from Season 2, though.
You know, I think he was off-screen when that whole course of events happened, when with the polo ball and the trees. I think he was just off-screen kind of influencing things, because that seems like something he would make happen.
I don't know, we've seen random contrivances like this happen all the time. All the time.
Well, it's a cartoon universe. That kind of thing is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, stuff like that happens to me all the time. I mean,
come on. If it weren't for shit like that happening all the time, we wouldn't have awesome things like Wile E. Coyote.
Wile E. Coyote. Spike Wile E. Coyote?
Spiky Coyote?
Coyotes. It's coyotes. But,
Spiky Dragoni?
I'm just trying to think of something else to say about this episode.
I don't have anything, seriously. I'm at a loss on this one, primarily because you and your brother talked through half of it.
What was the gem statue supposed to be of?
I honestly was seeing like a stylized cadence.
Maybe it's like some ancient being from beyond, like their god. Do they have a god? Oh wait, yes they do.
Frosticorn.
Is that what it was?
No.
Oh, that would have been great.
It didn't look alicorn.
That would have been great if they had done that.
It would have been interesting. Hang on, what race was it?
Solid question. Let's find out. It's in the previous frame here.
Okay, it looks Earth Pony. No horn, no wings, it's Earth Pony.
Lame.
Crystal Pony, maybe?
What are their powers? No, because they come in all 3 flavors.
My guess is that they just are more durable.
Yeah, I think like if they fall and break, they'll like kind of turn into a blob and reform.
Or just the random pieces kind of scatter back together.
Or maybe the random pieces like turn into smaller ones.
That would be freaky. But
Yeah,
no
I
wings,
regret
no
saying that.
horn, it's just a glowing crystal Earth Pony statue.
Lame.
Huh.
It's a planey.
Dude! Okay, that's a joke for when we actually
You'll find
get
out.
the audio show. Again,
You'll
we
find
have at least the first...
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
No,
10.
we only
Red,
have
yellow,
1.5
green.
scripts done.
Purple, 8, 9.
We only have 1.5 scripts done.
Speaking of which, do you know why Windows 10 came before Windows 9? Because Windows 7, 8, 9. Whoa.
Do a groan for me, Brian. I don't have the energy
I don't
to
think you
even
heard the
acknowledge
joke.
it.
I said Windows 9 doesn't exist because Windows 7, 8, 9. And that's why 10 came out first.
Thank you.
Make a cameo. You gotta come closer. I'm sure you all remember Brian.
Our butt monkey.
He thinks he's Thunder Lane. Okay, that was...
Creepy.
I don't know. I think we should wrap this up because we don't have anything to say about this
Yeah,
episode.
let's
There
just
was
wrap
not
it
much
up
to
with
say.
that
It was
cameo.
okay.
Like, that was just...
Bye, everyone.
Okay.